With the time of 7:12, I'd like to call the Government Operations Meeting to order for September 16th. Can I have a roll call, please?
Gem. Trilla.
Here.
Werble.
Here.
Besner.
Here.
Weber. Sulkaitis.
Here.
Folks.
Here.
Lundgaard.
Here.
Muntins. Here. Lencioni.
Here.
Under administrative, we have none, and that will bring us down to the omnibus vote.
Make a motion to approve the omnibus vote.
Second.
Approved by Munns, second by Bongard. Can we have a roll call, please?
Gem.
Yes.
Petrilla.
Yes.
Werball.
Yes.
Besner.
Yes.
Sulkaitis.
Yes.
Folks. Bongard.
Yes.
Muntins.
Yes.
Lencioni.
Yes.
Okay. That moves us down to the item 6, meaning 6C, a recommendation to approve a proposal for a B1 liquor license application for Aqua e Farina Incorporated, located at 2712 East Main Street, Unit A in St. Charles. Good evening, Chief.
Good evening. So this appeared earlier this evening with a 3-to-1 recommendation from the Liquor Control Commission. This is an existing business which is adjacent to the Urban Air Complex, or the old Butera. The petitioner, which is Vito in my back right, your left, is looking to expand his offerings to include alcohol service. His wife couldn't make it today, so Vito's going to stand in and answer any questions you might have. As part of the background, you'll see that there were a couple of issues that were raised earlier this evening, one of which was the prior service of alcoholic beverages prior to the issuance of a license. That took place at a private event. This restaurant was not licensed, either as a consumption on-site license or a BYOB, or a bring your own beverage license. We were tipped off that there was a private event, which the liquor code does allow in certain circumstances, like ribbon cuttings and things like that. So we opted not to take any enforcement action, and we worked with the petitioner to then seek a license. They were very cooperative with us. We did enter the business, and we did find some evidence of some wine on site, but that was used for cooking. We saw no evidence whatsoever that there was alcohol sales taking place other than the private event where it was given away. There were some issues with some domestic-related issues in the petitioner's background. Those were all family issues. None of those resulted in arrests. So with that, I'm going to have a positive recommendation for licensure. We did admonish the applicants of our strong stance on zero tolerance, and I believe that they understand that. The rest of their material is included in your packet to include their dram shop and BASA training. This is a small restaurant with very limited seating, and the petitioner has asked for a license to augment his sales. With that, either Vito or myself can answer any questions you might have.
Open the floor to any questions.
The one no vote in Liquor Commission, what was the reasoning for that?
That was Fran Zollers, and I believe she had an issue with the private party. And we had cited those in the past with different sets of circumstances. But like I mentioned, the liquor code does allow for private events, and we took that into consideration, and the officers used some discretion in not bringing anything forward for adjudication.
Okay, thank you.
Any other questions from council?
To approve.
Approved. Motion by Munns. Can I get a second?
Second.
Second by Besner. Take a roll call, please.
Gem.
Yes.
Petrilla.
Yes.
Werball.
No.
Besner.
Yes.
Weber. Oh, I'm sorry. Sulkaitis.
Yes.
Bongard.
Yes.
Muntins.
Yes.
Lencioni.
Yes.
That passes. Moving on to item number 6D, a recommendation to amend the city ordinance Title 5, quote, business licenses and regulation, Chapter 5.08, alcoholic beverages, and Section 5.08.090, license classifications of the St. Charles Municipal Code.
So thank you. This is a precursor to item 6E. So anytime a license comes forward to the city for consideration, we try to collapse that particular license into a class. In working with the city attorney and the petitioner, item 6E was best served under the D10 classification. There was a little wordsmithing that had to go on to make that fit. So we do have another museum in our community that is licensed, but that is a non-for-profit 501c3. And this particular license, D10, really does handle theaters, entertainment venues, and really the museum was a perfect fit. It's alcohol services ancillary to to the functions of the business, and it'll serve the customers from a service bar, and once again is ancillary to the museum offerings. We'll go in greater detail at the next agenda item. But with that, I can answer any questions you might have, but this is a pretty simple classification change.
Any questions from council from the chief?
Move approval.
Second.
Moved by Lencioni, second by Petrilla. Have a roll call, please.
Gem.
Yes.
Petrilla.
Yes.
Wirbal.
Yes.
Bessner.
Yes.
Kulkaitis.
Yes.
Bungard.
Yes.
Munns.
Yes.
Lencioni.
Yes.
Passed. Moving on to item number 6E, recommendation to approve a proposal for a D10 liquor license application for Moto Art Bar Incorporated located at 1317 East Main Street in St. Charles.
So thank you. This is the aforementioned motorcycle museum. So you'll see the name of the business is obviously the LLC. So the petitioner is here, Andy. This advanced forward with a 4-0 recommendation from the Liquor Control Commission. This is the old restaurant that is adjacent to the former McGrath Honda on East Main Street. It's been vacant for many years, actually owned by the McGrath Auto Group. The petitioner is in the process of opening up a vintage motorcycle museum. He is an avid collector of motorcycles. I think he has several hundred, if I understand his background, maybe even more, 500? A lot. I've seen some of them, quite a bit. But in any event, the build-out is ongoing. The petitioner would like to open sometime, either late fall, early spring. Once again, it's going to be ancillary to the business as far as the service bar. Be small plates like charcuterie boards, fruit, cheeses, crackers, things of that nature. And then the alcohol service will be ancillary, like I said, to operations. There was a small concern in his background from the Liquor Control Commission. That was a driving of the influence offense that was reduced or pled down to a reckless driving. So there's not a violation of an alcohol offense as far as a guilty plea, and that's typical as far as when you look at someone's background. That shouldn't preclude the petitioner from obtaining a license. All the rest of his material is in order to include dram shop, basket training, and he understands that he can't operate until he gets a certificate of occupancy, which is going to be several months from now. It's going to be a nice, unique addition to our community, and with that, either Andy or myself can answer any questions you might have.
Any questions for the chief?
Move for approval.
Second.
Moved by Wirbal, second by Lencioni. Can I have a roll call vote, please?
Gem.
Yes.
Petrilla.
Yes.
Yes.
Wirbal. Bessner.
Yes.
Kulkaitis.
Yes.
Bungard.
Yes.
Munns.
Yes.
Lencioni.
Yes.
Thank you, Chief. Moving on our agenda, under Community and Economic Development, item 7A, Historic Preservation Commission recommendation to approve facade improvement grant agreement for 303 North 3rd Avenue. Good evening.
Hello, Mr. Chairman, members of the committee. Matt Sweeney owns the property at 303 North 3rd Avenue, and he's requesting a residential facade improvement grant. He's proposing to put on half-round gutters, which are more historically appropriate for his house in the historic district, but they cost more than more modern gutters, so he's requesting a facade grant. The total cost of his project would be $9,325, and the project is eligible to receive half of that, which would be $4,662. The Historic Commission reviewed this and recommended approval at their meeting on the 21st.
Any question about the council? Mr. Moore?
I'm curious, have they received any grants prior to this one?
I don't think they've received any grants. I know that they went through a process to get a variance, but I don't think they've requested any financial grants
So
prior
this
to
is
this
the first one that you're aware of?
Correct.
Okay. Move for approval.
Second.
Any other questions before we vote? Moved by Warble, second by Petrilla. Call the vote, please.
Gem.
Yes.
Petrilla.
Yes.
Yes.
Wirbal. Bessner.
Yes.
Kulkaitis.
Yes.
Bungard.
Yes.
Munns.
Yes.
Lencioni.
Yes.
That passed. Item 7B, a recommendation to approve a minor change to the PUD for 3550 Legacy Boulevard, Legacy Business Center of St. Charles PUD.
So the property owner of the property at 3550 Legacy is requesting a minor change to a PUD. that would allow him to put an addition onto his building and to expand his parking lot. This is a separate platted lot. The original PUD plan showed that there'd be a separate building here, and the proposal tonight is to expand the existing building to the south. Staff felt that rather than make the applicant go through the lengthier process of doing a new preliminary PUD plan, the faster and simpler process of requesting a minor change to PUD would be more appropriate, and that is the request. Staff is recommending approval.
Questions?
Move for approval?
Second.
Moved by Wirbel, second by Besner. Can I have a roll call vote, please?
Ginn,
Yes.
Petrola,
Yes.
Wirbel,
Yes.
Besner,
Yes.
Kulkaitis,
Yes.
Weingart,
Yes.
Munns,
Yes.
Lencioni.
Yes.
And item passes. Thank you. Moving down to public comment. Is there any public comment tonight? No. Okay. Any additional items for mayor, city council, or staff? Okay, we do not have an executive session tonight, so I am looking at a motion to adjourn.
So move.
Moved by Wirbel, second by Munns. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed say nay. All right, the ayes have it at 7:23, meeting adjourned.